AutoCAD comes with many different line types. You still might want to make your own though. If you do this, keep a few things in mind. One is that when you make a custom line type and you don't send the base file with it, the .lin file, other people may have difficulty controlling that line that you've created. So just keep that in mind. And so make sure you really need a custom line type before you make and use one, but it's perfectly okay to do so. So when you make a custom line type and it's loaded into your AutoCAD file, that line type will always go with your file. However, the people will not necessarily be able to extract the code for that line type to be able to customize it or use it the way they want to. But it will be in those drawings and you'll be able to use it. It's really not that big of a deal until you get into what's called complex custom line types, because there are two types of line types: simple line types, which consist of just dashes, dots, and spaces, and the complex line types can have either text or shapes in them. I don't have time to go into the complexity of the complex line types because they use .shx files to do so. They add in special shapes and things. But basic line types, the simple line types, usually will work perfectly fine. So line type files in AutoCAD have a file type extension called .lin. The default AutoCAD line type file that's found in your support folders is called ACAD or ACAD.lin. Now I've put a copy of that file here in our project folder. Let's open it up. Now you work with line type files in Notepad. It's just a basic text file with just raw text in it, nothing else. So you use Notepad to create or edit your line type files. I also suggest not editing the acad.lin file. Make your own. That way it's easy to keep the standard file clean and separate, or at least just make any additions to the bottom of that file. And if you scroll down in your acad.lin file, it should have a section that looks like this: user-defined line types. So just come down to the bottom and make your own files right here. One thing to keep in mind about editing the acad.lin file and not creating your own is that if AutoCAD for some reason has to be uninstalled and reinstalled on your computer, this file is going to disappear and will be replaced with the default one that comes during installation. So you'll lose all of this customization work. So you just be careful about that. Either make a backup of it somewhere else, or really just make your own file. Either one will get the job done. To create a simple line type, you need to use the proper syntax. Now, there are two lines to a code to make a line type. It's a description line and then the definition line. If I scroll back up to the top here and we see these line types here, this is the code to make a standard border line type. So you have the first line and you have the second line. The description here always starts with an asterisk, the name, a comma, then a graphic description. So you have the name of the line type right here, then a comma, then you have a graphic description. Now that description will start with text that just says what the line is, and then underscores and dots, things like that, to represent what the line is going to look like. The second line is the actual definition or the actual code that tells AutoCAD how to create the line. Now in these lines, you're limited to dots, dashes, and spaces. Each one is measured in units. So whatever units you're using, if it's inches, millimeters, feet, miles, parsecs, whatever it might be, 1 unit long dash will be 1 unit long. So it'll be 1 inch long, or it'll be 1 foot long, or 1 meter long, whatever your units of measurement are. And the second line here, the definition always starts with the letter A and then has a comma. So you start A, comma, and then you'll start with a dash or a dot, and you'll end it with a space. The rest is what you want it to be. So a dash is indicated by a positive number. So in this case, this dash is 0.5, so it's half of a unit long. This space is a negative number because spaces are created by using negative numbers. It's a negative space, and it is a quarter or 0.25 units. That's how long it is. And then here's another dash of 0.5 units, another space. So we've created our dash. Here's our dash. This is our first dash. Then our space created by this space. Next dash. Here's the next dash. And then the next space. And then a dot is represented by the number 0. So you have a positive number for a line or dash, negative number for a space, and the number 0 for a dot. So if you want it to go dot, 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 it'll be 0, 0, 0, separated by commas. So let's create a new line type called dash 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 dot. So it's 3 dashes and then a dot. So I'm going to put it at the very bottom here. So I'm going to start in a brand new file. So let's remember our syntax. It starts with an asterisk and then dash dash. And we can't put spaces in the name, or this first part is the description. And in that very first part, you can't put any spaces into it. So we're making 3 dashes and then a dot. So this was just the name of the line that's going to pop up when you go through your list. Dash, and I want to make sure I spell it correctly. So I have dash, 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 dot. So once you type that in, and then your comma, then you can put some spaces here, dash, dash, dot. And remember, this is just to show what it kind of looks like. Okay, so that is our description. Press enter. Now for the actual code or the actual definition, starts with the letter A, then a comma. Then I want to give the dash a length. It's a dash, so I have to have a positive number. Let's go 0.25. These will be short. Then a comma. Then I need a space. I just want a small space here, 0.05. So it's going to be a real small space, comma. That's my first dash. And then I can just copy this over and over again. So I have dash, space, dash, space, dash, space, and now I want a dot. So I have 0, and then I have to end in a space again. All right, and that is the code for our line. Let's save our file. And when it's going to save it, because it's Notepad, it's going to save it as a .txt. So we need to change that file extension. And I've created a custom .lin file right here. And I'm going to save it. I'm going to replace what I had before. So now I have my new line. So I'm going to draw a line and I'm going to select it. And I want to change the line's type. So I'm going to open up my properties palette. I'm going to go to the line type. You see it's not in here. So what you have to do is actually load your line type. So type in line type, press enter. You can also get to this the same way through the layer manager. You go to the line type for the specific layer and click on the line type and you'll get this as well. So I don't have it loaded in here, so I have to click load. I have to find the file. So I click on file and I need to go to where I have my folder saved. And it's custom.lin. Let's open that up. Here is my line type. Here's the line type dash 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 dot in my description. Click OK. Click OK. So now when I select this line, I can change the line type to dash 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 dot. And when I zoom in to see it, see here I have dash 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 dot. And that's how you make a customized line type, and that's how you load it into your file.